Good evening, good brothers. My name is Brother Eddie Kinsey. I am the chapter historian for Delta Rho Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated here in the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas. And each month, we will be highlighting a distinguished senior brother in our chapter. And for the month of August, we're fortunate enough to have Brother James Hickey here with us. So, Brother Hickey, it's good to have you. How you doing today, good
I'm
sir?
good. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to have you. Good to see you again. It's always good to see you. Brother Hickey, if you don't mind, could you start with telling the good brothers what chapter you crossed at, what year, what was your line name, and the university?
Yes, I pledged at Delta Theta chapter, Texas Southern University, November 1972. It was 8 of us online. I was the ace, and I did not have a line name.
You didn't have a line
Did
name.
not have a line name.
1972.
1972.
Brother Hickey, is it safe to say that you were younger, so you might have had a fro back then?
It is very safe to say that I had hair back then, and yes, it was a fro back then.
All right. I bet you it was on point. 1972, that was, you crossed when one of our jewels was still alive, correct?
Yes, Joe brother Henry Arthur Callis.
So having been a brother of Alpha for over 50 years, what was that experience like, and how did it shape your understanding of legacy, crossing with one of our jewels still alive?
Um, it instilled a knowledge of really knowing that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you read about.
Mm-hmm.
You actually knew someone who actually went over.
Mm-hmm.
One of the jewels. Did not have the privilege of ever meeting Jewel Brother Callis, but brothers that did go to the general conventions, did come back and they talked about seeing Brother Callis and what went on there during that time.
So you said Texas Southern. You went to what after you graduate, what was your career path? I believe you retired Army, right?
I am retired Army, and I didn't graduate from Texas Southern.
Okay,
I went to
okay.
Texas Southern for 3 years.
Okay.
Like Jewel Callis, I ran a little short on money, so took a break. And during that time, I went into the military with the intentions of going in, doing 4 years, getting the GI Bill, coming out, going back to college. I was lucky enough to, again, run into good Alpha brothers there that talked to me about going to school while I was on active duty. And I did that. Finished my prereqs, went to nursing school here in San Antonio while I was on active duty. And when I graduated from nursing school, I got a direct commission into the Army Nurse Corps.
Oh, wow. So you served as a nurse in the Army?
I served as an enlisted person for 8 years, and then a nurse for 21 years, yes.
Wow. If my math is math, then that's almost 30 years.
29 years, 8 months.
You got it down to the T. In your Army career, in your travels, did you run into a lot of Alpha brothers across the world?
I can't remember any duty station that I was at that it wasn't at least one other brother there.
Oh wow.
So
how would you know that they were an Alpha brother, or how would they know that you were an Alpha brother?
One of the things that it's always been said is that you recognize a brother. There goes an Alpha man.
There goes an Alpha man.
And as you went through, especially in the hospital, they would always point out, because when I first got into the nurse corps, first duty stations, I was the only black male nurse.
Oh, wow.
There. So I kind of stood out. And as those other brothers would come up and greet me, we would start talking, and of course, Alpha would always come up.
Wow. What inspired you to join Alpha? What was it about Alpha that made you want to be a part of? What was it?
Arriving at Texas Southern in August of 1970, I initially stayed with a gentleman that I knew from my hometown, also from my church. I needed money, so he helped me, get a job, and the job was proctoring the SAT test for those students, those freshmen who hadn't taken an ACT test then. He was an Alpha.
Oh.
So he talked kind of through what it was all about, what Alpha was all about. And one of the things that a lot of the brothers at that time said, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people who are going for it. So I kind of looked around, and it seemed to be that everybody I talked to, or everybody who was anybody, was an Alpha. So I knew that I wanted to be somebody, and that's where, I decided to go.
Wow. Over 50 years in this fraternity. That's an honor, and that's a blessing. But who would you say is one or some of the most famous Alpha brothers you've met during your time in the fraternity?
Oh, wow. One of the things that I distinctly remember being online was they would ask us that question too, always, naming famous Alphas. And 8 of us online, you'd go through everyone that you could remember at that time. And you'd get down to where you were kind of looking around trying to pull a name out. And one of the brothers told me, and I'll always remember, that every great man is not an Alpha, but every Alpha is a great man.
Oh, wow.
So anytime they would ask that, you could throw off, names like Jesse Owens and Lionel Richie and different names. But when you get down to it, you can start calling off your Dean of Pledges, the president of the chapter, because they were all great men.
Oh, wow. I like that. I might have to, if you don't have that copyrighted, Brother Hickey, I might have to use that one. One last question I want to ask before we end, Brother Hickey, is your son. You have legacy. Your son is an Alpha, correct?
That is correct.
Let's talk about that. Where did he cross at? What year? And how does that make you feel as a senior member, brother in the fraternity, and a father?
Proud. Very proud. I always talk to, my sons about Alpha. I always brought them around events, especially when we were stationed here, in San Antonio. As he, matriculated, through and he joined the Navy. He was in San Diego for 4 years. He would call and he would talk about, talking with Sigmas and talking with Kappas, and he had, friends, and, he joined the Army afterwards, and he was in Korea for a time, and, again, he talked about, the different organizations, talking with him about pledging, and my thing with him was always, you do you.
Okay.
So whatever way you want to go, that's what you do, because that's what I did. But he did see the light, and he pledged a couple of years ago at Kappa Sigma in Killeen. Kappa Sigma Lambda in Killeen.
Well, Brother Hickey, I appreciate you being our feature, our first interview. Anything else you want to say for the good brothers out there in the chapter and whoever else may watch this?
Not really. Just 50 years is a point in time, and
yes,
all they have to do is continue paying dues and live, and you can make it as well.
Keep paying dues. So they got to remember the budget part. They got to remember the budget part because it's not cheap being an alpha, but it's worth it. It's worth it, and it means a lot. But, well, brothers, this concludes our first monthly interview with our featured senior brother, which is Brother James Hickey. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, my name is Brother Eddie Kinsey, the chapter historian. And until next time, A5.